Let's continue on with Dragon Age Inquisition. Move that there. Inquisition right there. What was I doing? Oh, yes, I was forging weapons.
Where'd you learn to hammer?
Fair enough. Oh yeah, don't we have... I should put the Bronto on Cassandra. Ooh, and I can put heavy arms and heavy legs onto her. Okay, we'll have to do that for Cass's armor. Ambassador Montpellier, it is rare to hear of those in our lay treating spirits as anything other than beasts to kill, and rarer still for anyone to care enough for one to help them. I have given the amulet to your people freely in hopes that the Inquisition will continue this open-minded approach. We wish you luck in healing the sky, whose rifts have damaged the fate even here in Ravane. Yours in peace. Yours in peace, Lady Anna Maria of Daresmuid. I cannot say we have peace, but we have calm. Our representatives spoke with the protesting mages and reassured them of how gravely you approach the use of tranquility. I suspect that the only reason they were successfully reasoned with is that you yourself are a mage. They may wonder how one of their own could do that to another mage, but on some level they accept that at least it was one of their own. I mean, also, the dude was a piece of shit. With your knowledge of the Venatori and the Crows' intelligence on Enzo, I tracked down a storehouse just outside the city. I hope you didn't want us to leave any of the Venatori alive. Sadly, Lord Enzo was not present, but he may count his life in days. To show we respect our current arrangement, an interesting trinket from our raid on the Venatori. Isn't there... Many of the nobility of the Elysian capital have settled their secondary differences and are rallying behind two
The captain
families.
sent back sketches of the walls. Our experts say they look elven.
Interesting. Does Corypheus send scholars to find something the elves buried? Or something buried with them?
The de Rosiers are old money, well-respected but viewed as traditional and stubborn. The Thibaults rose with a popular merchant consortium and are considered new money and progressive. While the intent of both families was to rival us politically, if we declare for one of them, we may manipulate events in our favor. Lord Pierre de Rosier has not asked for our allegiance, but may respect our rising might. Lady Valise Thibault speaks for investors and is interested in forward-thinking alliances. We certainly have the forces and I can draw a number of agreements that tie us to little beyond ceremony. That'll gain the initial interest of the Thibaults. I don't like people with old money, so we'll do Josephine.
Inquisitor?
The situation is unfolding in the Navaran city of Cumberland, location of the College of Magi, which, until the outbreak of the Mage Rebellion, was the philosophical heart of the Circles of Magi. Now mostly abandoned, it has become the home to a number of major refugees. This has drawn the ire of local citizens, and mobs are threatening to assault the college and burn it to the ground, with Duke Sandro and Axis doing nothing to stop them. Inquisition agents suspect that Venatori agents are behind the mobs, looking to recover artifacts from the college once its magical defenses are breached. We should send in agents to evacuate the college. They can be brought to Skyhold along with their artifacts. Send over Zaga, we can protect the innocents or recover anything useful. Liliana's
Let's see
idea,
what we have.
I think, is best. Your worship, my town of Valgamort has been besieged by Darkspawn. I cannot fathom where the loathsome beasts have come from, but I beg the Inquisition for assistance. My own humble forces have already been dispatched to help in your own noble efforts, leaving my people ill-equipped against this savage host. Word of your redemption of the Grey Wardens has already spread far. Please, you can spare them. Valgamort lives or dies by your word. Yours, Marquise Effeloche. Bon. It is odd to see a town threatened by forces. Laina has other allies. She can call upon them, and we can save the Wardens for Truman. Yeah, this is their chance to sign.
Inquisitor.
Why wouldn't I send them in that regard? Before I give you in with coal, let's go modify our armor.
Where'd you learn?
Let's see. Mine, we're gonna put plus 10% attack. Andra. Sigil of the Bronto. Then Sandra needs heavy arms and heavy legs. Heal bonus. Spirit resistance, fire resistance. Let's do... no, not our dragon. Let's do... Used Samite. And then plus maximum power. Eight. I think we just do Bloodstone with the legs. Now she's fucking uber tanky. Okay. Still needs a better helmet though. We're not gonna give her any of those shit helmet. I don't want to do a stupid Elysian helmet, no. Stupid hat. Fuck it. Ooh. Damn. We might just do Everite or Lazarite's pretty good. Obsidian. Obsidian. Hmm. Go for the blue vitriol. Alright. Look at her stats now. It's 1,000 HP. What's my HP? Oh, she just has 300 more than me. It's not too terribly more. Let's see, Cole. You know, I think we give him a second stabby stab. So that would be the most damage, 378. Paragon's Luster also gets us to 378, so with that. Stun attack. Flanking, 6% crit. %8 crit damage bonus. 10% crit damage. Let's see, 7.5% extra damage for each enemy within 8 meters. Walking bomb, there. By poison. Kill plus 20 minutes. That's 10% extra focus for each enemy. On hit, getting 3 guard. Actually. He can do damage to living and demons. Hell yeah. see. Do we want to mess with anyone else's armor? I think we're probably good for now. Cullen's ready to report in, though. We can send Cullen out on another mission. Inquisitor, the Grey Wardens fought bravely and with great skill. The town of Valgamord was saved, and the Wardens themselves took few casualties. They await further commands. Commander Cullen. Inquisitor, the Darkspawn of Valgamord have been
contained in the area. We can send in smaller groups to offer relief.
I agree. Are you well?
A headache, nothing more.
But it remains unclear what brought these creatures to the surface. There is no obvious sign, and I am concerned that they might still pose a danger. Marquise Buffon has made clear her wishes that we now depart, which leaves me even more suspicious, as most would welcome further help in these dangerous times. The Grey Wardens have volunteered to assist with the investigation of this mystery in whatever capacity the Inquisition deems most fitting. We await your orders. Yours, Lieutenant Suzanne Tauschzek.
All right.
It's the Warden's job to find Darkspawn. We will put our faith in them. I hope my faith is not misplaced. Let's go find Cole. Go make Cole happy.
Inquisitor?
Inquisitor.
I don't know.
From Haven's fire come we, the able true, to Skyhold now, a fort strong and free. We rally with our hero born anew. Inquisitor, there's none as brave.
He was the boy who was supposed to die. He named himself after the horse.
I found the amulet that Solus told us about. Would you like to try it on?
Yes, but not here. I like it here. We need some place that can go away if it becomes sharp. What do I do with it?
You found one of the amulets. Excellent. May I? It is simple enough. You put it on, I charge it with magic, and you should be protected.
Are you ready, Cole?
They can't make me a monster.
I hope this wasn't the wrong decision.
What was that? Oh, what are you doing to the kid?
Stopping blood mages from binding me like the demons at Adamant. But it didn't work.
Something is interfering with the enchantment.
Something like Cole not being a demon?
Solus, is it possible that the amulet doesn't work on Cole because he's too human?
Regardless of Cole's special circumstances, he remains a spirit.
Yes, a spirit who is strangely like a person.
I don't matter. Just lock away the parts of me that someone else could knot together to make me follow.
Focus on the amulet. Tell me what you feel.
Warm, soft blanket covering, but it catches tears. I'm the wrong shape. There's something. There. That way.
We'll find whatever is preventing the amulet from working, and we'll make it right.
All right, kid. Get Cullen and work with him on the map to figure out where you're sensing something wrong.
Will you come with me? All of you?
Sure.
Okay, so bring Solus and Varric.
All right, I get it. You like spirits. But he came into this world to be a person. Let him be one.
If I see a way to protect Cole without taking away whatever he is, I'll use it. But Cole clearly needs our help.
I'm not saying we do nothing. But that ritual of theirs only works on demons, right?
This is not some fanciful story, child of the stone. We cannot change our nature by wishing.
You don't think?
However we deal with the problem, our next step is to track down whatever is interfering with the enchantment.
Oh. Guess we're getting teleported to it.
Yeah, this should get me through the month. But give me a moment. Greetings. Can I help you?
You. You killed me.
What? I don't even know you.
You forgot. You locked me in the dungeon in the spire, and you forgot, and I died in the dark.
The spire?
Cole, stop!
Just take it easy, kid.
He killed me. He killed me. That's why it doesn't work. He killed me, and I have to kill him back.
Before anyone gets killed, I need to know what's going on.
Cole, this man cannot have killed you. You are a spirit. You have not even possessed a body.
A broken body, bloody, banged on the stone cell, guts gripping in the dark, dank. A captured apostate. They threw him into the dungeon in the spire at Val Royo. They forgot about him. He starved to death. I came through to help. And I couldn't. So I became him. Cole.
If Cole was an apostate, that'd make the guy we just saw a Templar. Must have been buying lyrium.
Let me kill him. I need to.
Varric?
The kid's angry. He needs to work through it.
Piloting.
A spirit does not work through emotions, it embodies them.
But he isn't a spirit, is he? He made himself human, and humans change. They get hurt, and they heal. He needs to work it out like a person.
You would alter the essence of what he is.
He did that to himself when he left the Fade. I'm just helping him survive it.
Solus?
We cannot let Cole kill the man.
I don't think anyone was going to suggest that, Chuckles.
Cole is a spirit. The death of the real Cole wounded him, perverted him from his purpose. To regain that part of himself, he must forgive.
Come on. You don't just forgive someone killing you.
You don't. A spirit can.
Before I decide anything, I need a clearer picture of what happened.
It seems the real Cole was an apostate, captured and taken to the Circle by Templars.
Who aren't known for their gentle nature.
As the young man starved to death in a dungeon, his pain caught the attention of a spirit, likely one of compassion.
Compassion?
An uncommon spirit, certainly, and all too fragile when its efforts to help prove to be in vain.
Cole will become more human.
Cole will never grow into a real person until he comes to terms with what happened.
Leave it to me. All right, kid. You want revenge? Come with me.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sorry isn't going to help him now, is it, kid?
No.
Then pull the trigger and put him down like a mad dog. Do it.
No! Ah!
How you doing, kid? Feel any better?
No.
You can't make it all just go away. I learned that the hard way.
Forget.
No. He needs to remember. You too. We're done here.
The music abruptly cut off there. It was building up and then it just went.
For all we know, the amulet will now never function. Cole remains vulnerable to binding.
No, he isn't. The amulet didn't work because he's too human, right? Maybe now the kid's also too human for that binding magic to work on him.
I hope you're right.
It still hurts. When do I stop hurting?
Being with your friends can make you feel better.
Come on, kid. Let's go for a walk. It'll clear your head.
The left hand misses a friend with 2 different names. She's hurting, sad, alone, but everyone can see me now. They remember. How do I put honey in Leliana's wine without her noticing?
I can help with that.
It is good that he is not entirely changed. However human he becomes.
You just hate humans, Dolus. You're just a little bit.
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
I want to know more about...
I'll tell you what I can.
What could the Templars want with it?
In Kirkwall, just having the Lyrium idol made Knight Commander Meredith impossibly strong. Before it turned her into a Lyrium statue, anyway. Maybe they thought the power was worth it, or maybe they didn't know the consequences.
I think that's enough on Red Lyrium.
And this.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or... what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you.
Laura
We'll just
Bailey,
have
what
to-
are you doing here
Well,
again?
This is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Aren't you the woman in the Undercroft right now?
Your name is Bianca.
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Be careful saying things like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Oh, maybe you do. Who am I to judge?
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a deep roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the Tig?
Navigating the deep roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, darkspawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
Who could have given away the Tig's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
You can get there from Orlais. It's a long way to the free marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any Tig using the deep roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
Enter Valamar. Let's go talk to Cole.
Inquisitor.
Never trust half an elf.
May I ask how things are, now that you're more human?
It hurts. Everything hurts. Everyone remembers me now. I can only make them miss me for a few heartbeats. But I'm real. More real, anyway. And I understand more than I did.
Why can't you make people forget you anymore?
Because I'm real. The forgetting was for both sides. They weren't frightened by me, and I wasn't hurt by them. Making people forget was a defense against people attacking me, and having what they saw in me stick. Because I'm real, everything sticks. Whatever people think or feel about me stays.
Can you still help people, if you can't make them forget?
It's harder. I can't start over if I do it wrong. But seeing me changes them. They know a person wants them to hurt less. That helps.
You're still able to sense the feelings of others, aren't you?
Yes, I still feel things, flashes of their minds. Pain, hurt, all of it. It's not so loud anymore. I make more noise myself, so I don't hear as much unless I want to. I remember more things, though. It lets me learn. I sometimes see why something I said would bother Cullen. Maybe I'll do it less.
What's the difference between you and a spirit now?
Spirits are... they just are. Most of them sense something that interests them and stick to it. They don't remember much. It keeps them pure, but it also keeps them from learning, from growing. I wanted to help people, but I only knew enough to do it in the simplest way. Now I can see more. I also want to hit people a lot. Varric is helping with that.
Are you still physically the same, or are you fully human?
I was always fully human. I can do everything I could do before, except make people forget. The way I move comes from my mind, not my body. As long as I remember some of the Fade, it remains. My body is just like the real Cole's, except that he was a mage. I'm not.
Why aren't you a mage?
I can't know for sure, but the real Cole, his father beat him, killed his mother. It sister might have died, too. I don't know if that was real or what the demon made me think. Then the Templars threw Cole in darkness and starved him, all because he had magic. He thought that if he didn't have magic, I'm what he wanted to be. Him, but normal. So no one would hurt him.
I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye. It's made from people.
How'd you like to get out of here? Maybe do something fun.
I don't know. I've never tried.
Come on.
Oh, we are going to Val Royeaux to have our fun? That's a choice.
Inquisitor, you honor us with your presence. May I bring a sampling of fine cheeses for you and your guest?
I don't eat.
Well then, just a bottle of a fine Ghislaine White to start.
Oh.
Please enjoy your meal this evening, your worship.
He saw me. They all see me.
I'm glad you've allowed them to.
I don't know if I did. I find people when their pain leaves them open. I ease the pain. I leave, they forget. That was enough for me. Now they remember, and I'm not sure...
Cole?
I told you about Reese, the mage who could see me, my friend. My only friend for a long time. Evangeline showed me that Templars could be kind, but even she...
Cole, if this is troubling, we don't have to talk about it.
Gentle. You watch me walk into darkness over and over, and you always worry. Thank you. But this isn't about them. It's about... When I found out I wasn't human, when I grew, I lost Reese. I lost my only friend. That's why I was scared about letting all these people see me. That's why I laughed.
You're covering the fear with laughter.
No. This world taught me that changing means losing your friends. But now I know that doesn't have to be true. I have enough self to know that what I felt was foolish. Isn't it wonderful?
It's another good step, Cole.
I might like being human. What do you think I'll learn next? He didn't kill his father. He was his father.
I'll talk to you later.
If you like.
Who the fuck killed their father? I don't know who that one could apply to. I believe Cullen has returned. Let's also check in on Varric again.
Something you wanted to talk about?
About that lead of yours, Varric.
Sure. The sooner we take care of it, the better.
Do you think this lead of hers is real?
Bianca's too much of a researcher to pass me information without verifying it first. But if you're asking whether she'd lie to us, maybe set us up, it's possible. Not likely, though. She risked the wrath of the Guild coming in person. A message would have sufficed. Whatever she found in that entrance shook her up. That worries me.
I want to know more about Red Lyrium.
I'll tell you what I can.
I've seen it infect people like a disease and turn them to lyrium. How can it do that?
That's a good question. To tell the truth, we don't really know what that shit can do to a person, and I don't want to find out.
I think that's enough on Red Lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject. If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Alright, there was no personal question to ask then. Okay. Let's okay, let's talk to Josephine because I believe I got
Lady Montilyet. Yes.
right? Inquisitor, the Grey Wardens scoured the area as requested. Unfortunately, this left them unprepared when mercenaries working for Marquis Zephyros Buffon attacked by surprise. It appears that Marquis Buffon has been mining the area in violation of local treaties, which accidentally freed the Darkspawn from beneath the earth. Marquis Buffon has fled into the Gammerdon Peaks. Grey Wardens have taken losses, but the morale remains high, and their loyalty to the Inquisition is undisputed. Yours, Lieutenant Suzanne Clochset. Inquisitor, with her treachery revealed, Marquis Zephyros Buffon has fled into the mountains. Our initial efforts to pursue her have been hampered by both the terrain and the presence of demons in the area. While we have had difficulty making headway, the Grey Wardens have offered to assist. They seem to be the only force in the area capable of doing so. Regardless, I believe it is worth pursuing Marquis Buffon if we have the means to do so. The Grey Wardens will do better against demons than normal Inquisition soldiers. Let them fight through the mountains.
All right.
Let the Grey Wardens prove themselves. They want their chance at glory or whatever. Make up for the wrongs. Oh. Am I going down the wrong path with Varric here? Did I do something wrong? I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. I didn't think I did anything wrong. Oh no. Oh no. We've been taking down the Red Lyrium.
Care Oswin, odd that the trail should lead us here. Ban Loren is a pious, unassuming man. What has he become involved in?
He might simply be a victim as well.
Let's see what lies within.
Oh, hello. Okay, that's the correct way to go. I thought, oh, maybe it was the wrong way. And now we go back inside.
should have known. The Order of Fiery Promise is a cult with strange beliefs about the Seekers. They've hounded us for centuries.
What kind of strange beliefs?
They believe they are Seekers, the only rightful ones. They say we robbed their powers long ago, preventing them from ending the world.
Ending the world?
The only way to truly eradicate evil in their eyes. The world will be reborn a paradise. It's all nonsense.
Why haven't the Seekers dealt with them?
We have, many times. They simply reappear after a time like weeds. Nobody knows how.
Is it possible to negotiate with them?
They're fanatics, drunk on whatever forbidden magic they can find to make themselves true Seekers. This explains why the Seekers might be here, but not the connection to Corypheus.
Alright.
A Seeker. Did they torture him to death? The Promises will pay for this.
As you say, madam.
As the Seekers of Truth have proven resistant to the effects of red lyrium, the Elder One has seen fit to place them in your care. Reclaim your destiny, and know that the Elder One expects your devotion as repayment. Signed by Lord Samson, Commander of the Red Templars. Does Corypheus not realize the Promises want the world to end? What use are they to him?
Corypheus will probably betray them before they get their chance.
But after he gets what he needs out of them. But this doesn't explain how he captured the Seekers in the first place, or what's been done with them. We must keep looking.
The letter said Seekers were resistant to red lyrium.
Our abilities grant us many gifts, but a resistance to red lyrium's corruption? That seems strange. Although it would explain why none have numbered among the Red Templars. And thus Seekers would be useless to Corypheus. He would have no leash to hold us.
You sound worried.
I am. The Seekers are my family.
Okay. Let's see if there's any loot inside the buildings. There is loot inside the buildings, my favorite. I love it. Give me more. Let me gobble up some more goodies. And anything back here? Is this? No. Okay, it doesn't think that there. I was like, wait a minute. What about this? Couple things. Dead animals, that's not fun. That is sad and depressing. Okay, nothing in the stables. Nothing by the well. Into the castle. Well, further into the castle, I guess. it. More loot. Ooh, book. Consider the time in which the original Inquisition existed. The First Blight had devastated the world, tearing down the mighty Tevinter Imperium and leaving nothing in its place. Just as there were several cults of Andraste vying to become the true inheritor of the Prophet's faith, there was more than one group claiming to represent the one true path to deliver the world from chaos. The Order of Fiery Promise was one of these, a band of men and women who decreed that not only was the end of the world nigh, it was necessary. Thedas must be cleansed with fire and reborn as a paradise. This they solemnly promised. They devoted themselves utterly to seeing this come about. Whether they ever drew close to their goal is unknown. The Inquisition eventually crushed these promisers during a battle recorded only as the cleansing of Chernow. The cult reappeared in the early Divine Age, claiming to take up the Inquisition's mantle after it had transformed into the Seekers of Truth, leading to chantry hunts that did not see the promisers eliminated again until the Exalted Age. Man, Brother Genitivi's everywhere. He's written things about everything. Ooh, that's a special looking chest, but it didn't have anything special in it. Balls. Let's go to the other side, see if there's a chest across the way from that. Ooh, pieces of candy. Mind if I do?
Daniel! Daniel! Can you hear me?
Damn, Daniel.
Cassandra.
Sorry about that one.
Is you. You're alive.
As are you. I'm so glad I found you.
No, they put a demon inside me. It's tearing me up.
What? You can't be possessed. That's impossible.
I'm not possessed. They fed me things. I can feel it growing.
What could they hope to gain from this?
Our powers, revenge, who knows?
The Lord Seeker. You have to find him.
Of course we'll find him. If he lives, we'll...
Lucius betrayed us, Cassandra. He sent us here, one by one. An important mission, he said. Lies. He was here with them all along. He's still working with them.
But we met Lord Seeker Lucius in Val Royeaux. He couldn't have been here.
That wasn't him. It was a demon, masquerading.
What? How could that be?
The Lord Seeker allowed it. He let the demon take command while he...
Came here.
Cassandra.
Now is not the time for sympathy.
Wait. Don't leave me like this, please.
You should have come with me. You didn't believe in the war any more than I did.
You know me. I wanted that promotion.
Go to the Maker's side, Daniel. You will be welcome. He was my apprentice. I have never known a finer young man. Now we find Lord Seeker Lucius.
Ooh, another piece of candy. Lord Seeker. I've come to kill you. How many goddamn doors?
Lord Seeker Lucius.
Cassandra, with a man I can only assume is the new Inquisitor.
Call off your men, or this only ends one way.
I presume you know we Seekers of Truth were once the original Inquisition. Oh yes. We fought to restore order in a time of madness long ago, as you do now. And we became proud. We sought to remake the world, to make it better. But what did we create? The Chantry, the Circles of Magi. A war that will see no end.
And aiding Corypheus is supposed to help.
Corypheus is a monster with limited ambition.
And your ambition is so much greater.
We Seekers are abominations, Cassandra. We created a decaying world and fought to preserve it even as it crumbled. We had to be stopped. You don't believe me? See for yourself. The secrets of our order passed to me after the former Lord Seeker was slain. The war with the mages had already begun, but it was not too late for me to do the right thing.
And this was the right thing.
Lord Seeker, what you've done.
I know. What Corypheus did with the Templars does not matter. I have seen the future. I have created a new order to replace the old. The world will end so we can start anew. A pure beginning. Join us, Cassandra. It is the Maker's will.
He was insane.
I won.
He had to be. The influence of Corypheus, perhaps? Was he trying to disable the Seekers?
All these wasted lives.
He could not have destroyed all of us. I won't accept it. Let us return to Skyhold. I wish to see what's in this book of secrets.
I wish to see if there is anything up the road here. Oh, there is. Oh yeah. Nothing good though. Nothing really worthwhile. But alright. I'll get a level up yet? Nope, still level 14. Damn, we still got a few thousand XP to go.
This tome has passed from Lord Seeker to Lord Seeker since the time of the old Inquisition. And now it falls to me.
You all right? You look drained.
I assume you know about the Rite of Tranquility. The last resort used on mages in the Circle, leaving them unable to cast, but depriving them of dreams and all emotion. It should only be used on those who cannot control their abilities, but that has not always been the case.
You mutilate mages.
I always thought it a necessary evil. What finally began the Mage Rebellion was the discovery the Rite of Tranquility could be reversed. The Lord Seeker at the time covered it up, harshly. There were deaths. It was dangerous knowledge, the shock of its discovery in addition to what happened in Kirkwall. But it appears we've always known how to reverse the rite, from the beginning.
Why keep that knowledge a secret?
We created the Rite of Tranquility. I told you of my vigil, the months I spent emptying myself of all emotion. I was made tranquil and didn't even know. Then the vigil summoned the spirit of faith to touch my mind. That broke tranquility and gave me my abilities. The Seekers did not share that secret. Not with me, not with the Chantry, not even with... There's more. Lucius was not wrong about the Order. I thought to rebuild the Seekers once victory was ours. Now I'm not certain it deserves to be rebuilt.
You said there was more in the book.
At some point, power becomes its own master. We cast aside ideals in favor of expedience, and tell ourselves it was all necessary for the people. Will that happen to us, Inquisitor? Will we repeat history?
No. We're nothing like the Seekers.
I wonder how much we resemble what they used to be.
I don't think I've ever seen you so shaken.
I do not think the Seekers have been doing the Maker's work. Not truly. Perhaps we believed it once. The original Inquisition came to be during a terrible time. But now, we harbored secrets and let them fester. We acted to survive, but not to serve. That is not the Maker's work.
If you did rebuild the Seekers, how would you do it?
I can't be the only one remaining. We will always spread to the winds, and some may still be out there. I would find them one by one. We would all read this book, no more secrets. Then together we would establish a new charter. The Maker's work in truth.
You keep saying that, but what is the Maker's work?
There is no way to know for certain. That is why we must seek it out. Perhaps we lost our way because we stopped looking.
The Seekers are gone, Cassandra. Let them go.
Okay, that was the wrong thing to say.
Thank you.
But it's the right thing to say.
I could not have done this on my own.
Or would she greatly approve of anything I said there? I'm not sure.
Is there anything you need?
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
But you are going to look into it.
That is my intent. I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Is that something we can search for at the table? Not popping up, so I don't know. Okay, let's do Storm Coast. It's gonna be the fastest way to that. I feel like from the Hassarian camp. Iron Bull. Bring coal and I like Dorian's quips. Dorian make me go haha. Giggle. Hee hee hoo hoo ha.
All right. Our Kunari contact should be here to meet us.
He is. Good to see you again, Hisrad.
Gat! Last I heard, you were still in Saharan.
Yeah!
They finally decided I'd calmed down enough to go back into the world.
Boss, this is Gat. We work together in Saharan.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor. Hisrad's reports say you're doing good work.
Iron Bull's name is Hisrad.
Under the Qun, we use titles, not names.
My title was Hisrad, because I was assigned to secret work. You can translate it as Keeper of Illusions, or...
Liar. It means liar.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
I look forward to working together.
Hopefully this will help both our peoples. Tevinter is dangerous enough without the influence of this Venatori cult.
Yes. Filthy, decadent brutes, the lot of them. I'm certain life would be much better
Maybe I
for
should
all
not
of
have
us
brought
under the
Dorian
Qun.
for the Qun.
It was for me. After the Qunari rescued me from slavery in Tevinter, I was 8. The Qun isn't perfect, but it gave me a better life.
Yes, one free from all that pointless free will and independent thought. Such an improvement.
Arguing about the war between your two nations isn't going to help anyone right now.
I'm not here to convert anyone. All I care about is stopping this red lyrium from reaching Minrathos.
With this stuff, the Vince could make their slaves into an army of magical freaks. We could lose Saharan and see a giant Tevinter army come marching back down here.
The Ben Hasrath agree. That's why we're here. Our dreadnought is safely out of view and out of range of any Venatori mages on shore. We'll need to eliminate the Venatori, then signal the dreadnought so it can come in and take out the smuggler ship.
There might be Venatori mages on the ship as well. If the dreadnought can't handle them...
It's unlikely there'll be more than 2 or 3 mages on the ship, and they'll be dead by the 3rd shot. On land, though, a half-dozen Venatori attacking the dreadnought from cover could do some serious damage.
If it's dangerous for the dreadnought close to shore, why not attack when the smugglers reach open water?
Any decent smuggling ship can outrun a dreadnought on open water. We need to catch them close to shore.
I could have crushed any Venatori resistance with the Inquisition's main forces. Why not use them?
Because then the Venatori would have seen you coming and run. They'd schedule a new shipment for later, and our spies might not know when or where. This is risky, yes, but it's our best chance to destroy the shipping operation permanently.
What do you think, Bull?
Don't know. I've never liked covering a dreadnought run. Too many ways for crap to go wrong. If our scouts underestimate enemy numbers, we're dead. If we can't lock down the Venatori mages, the ship is dead. It's risky.
Riskier than letting Red Lyrium into Minrathos?
Let's go hold up our end of this bargain, then.
My agent suggested 2 possible locations the Venatori may be camped to guard the shore. There, and there. We'll need to split up and hit both at once.
I'll come with you, boss. Krem can lead the charges. Let me fill him in. Come by when you're ready to move.
Just waiting on you and his rod up. Iron Bull, I guess.
You knew Iron Bull back when he fought in Saharon?
Yes. He led the group that freed me. I was a Magister's slave, and when the Magister went to Saharon, he brought me along. For company. Iron Bull and his men attacked my master's ship and killed him, as well as his soldiers. Bull set me free.
And you decided to start following the Qun after that?
What do you think? I just watched a giant horned warrior kill the Magister who hurt me.
He never told me about this.
One of the few things he hasn't shared with you, I gather. Sure, Bull. Share the secret Ben Hasrath reports, but keep that bit where you save the elf boy to yourself.
Is Bull going to get in trouble for passing those reports on?
The Ben Hasrath aren't pleased with how forthcoming Bull has been, but he was one of their best agents. He kept the streets clean in Saharon longer than anyone before him or after. He fought until it nearly killed him. The Ben Hasrath trust him enough to accept how he joined the Inquisition, even if they don't like it. Besides, they hate to discard a tool that might still have some use left in it. That's why I have a job.
It sounds like following the Qun hasn't always been easy.
I had a temper. Bull's nickname for me, Gat, comes from Gatlock, the explosive power in Canary cannons. I was so angry when I was first freed. I wanted revenge. I wanted to find my family, who was still enslaved in Minrathos. I thought about leaving when the Qun didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, but I didn't.
Why not?
The Canary were always ready to listen, to teach. They cared for me as much as one of their own. And if I leave, the parts of the Qun that I don't like are never going to change.
How did an elf end up working for the Qunari out here?
The Ben Hasrath usually pick elves or humans to work outside of Kunandar. They're a little harder to spot. I've worked in Orlais and Navarra, but only for a few years now.
What did you do before
This
that?
man has so much
When
detail
I was
to
old
him.
enough, I fought Tevinter forces in Saharon. I was too angry to do much else. It took me a long time to accept the Qun, to get past justice to purpose. Some days are still difficult.
No one's actually detailed how an alliance with the Qunari will help the Inquisition.
The answer to that is above my rank. But the Qunari don't really bargain. They don't know how. I doubt you want Qunari troops stomping around your stronghold, and you're too far away for supplies to be useful. You'd get more use out of our ships, I imagine, and the agents we've got spread across Thedas. We know a lot more than what Bull sees in those reports he's been forwarding to your spy master.
Okay, that sounds like a veiled threat.
You have a minute to talk about the Qun.
I'm a spy, Inquisitor, not a teacher. I'm not interested in converting anyone or debating the philosophy. But I suppose it would make for an interesting report to hear the Inquisitor's opinion of the Qun.
To be honest, I don't really understand enough of the Qun to judge it.
I think you have to be raised under the Qun for it ever to make sense. The people who join as adults either end up unhappy or, well, for many, it's just a kind of form of slavery. I like the simplicity. I like knowing my place and knowing that it's the right place. Other parts I've struggled with myself.
I'll let you know when we're ready.
I await your pleasure, Inquisitor.
Once they're down, send up your signal. That'll let the Dreadnought know it's safe to come in.
Understood, Chief.
Remember, you're gonna want a volley to start, but don't get suckered into fighting at range. They've got mages.
It's all right. We've got a mage of our own.
I'm not a mage.
Get in close and take their enchanter down before he takes over the battlefield.
He'll be dead before he knows it.
Just pay attention, all right? The Vince want this red lyrium shipment bad.
Yes, I know. Thanks, Mother.
Qunari don't have mothers, remember?
We'll be fine, Chief.
All right, Chargers. Horns up!
Horns up!
Ready whenever you are, boss.
Horn.
I'm ready to head out, Bull.
Right. Chargers, hit 'em hard and hit 'em fast. When this is over, drinks are on me.
You got it, Chief. Charges, double time. Let's move!
That doesn't look like double time.
You gave your charges the easier target.
You think?
Lower and farther from the smuggler's ship, it's much less likely to be heavily defended.
Suppose we'll do the heavy lifting then. Just like old times.
I guess I gotta go this way.
Be careful. My agent said to expect opposition ahead of the main camp.
We've all done this a few times, Gat.
You've been living outside the Kyun for years now, Iron Bull. Just wanted to make sure your reflexes hadn't gotten as soft as the rest of you.
Ow.
Iron Bull's reports say you're a demon.
I'm trying not to be. Sometimes it's hard. I want to kill a lot of people, but I don't.
Because the Inquisitors bound you.
Because it's not right.
Bull, how can you work with a demon?
He's all right.
Wait a minute, is this a logging? The story of the Windline Marcher is an old one. The earliest versions of the tale appear in the Exalted Age, said to be a two-mast brig that set sail from Antiva City carrying cargo bound for the Free Marchers. The Marcher was lost in a storm and never made port. Weeks later, she is seen on the waking sea, miles out from Kirkwall. A sentry from Hightown spots her floating in the mists, her sails full though there is no wind. Boats are launched, but no matter how far out to sea they go, they are unable to reach the Marcher. Finally, the ship recedes into the mists and is gone. From that day on, she is spotted by sailors on the waking sea, always through mists and always before a storm, and is said to herald a violent death for all to see her. Of course, the legend of the Windline Marcher is often dismissed as superstition, and in recent years the sightings of phantasmal vessels was proven to be nothing more than a trick of light upon the water. Still, the story continues to be told, its intent to chill, amuse, or even titillate. As a consequence, the tale has grown more colorful over time. In many later versions, the Marcher is manned by a crew of stunningly beautiful spirits who can fulfill one's deepest carnal desires, should one succeed in boarding the ship. In one particularly outlandish retelling in these versions, the Marcher is sent on a disastrous journey to pilfer the secret recipe for Kunari ale, and is lost to their cannons. She later reappears at important moments in Thedosian history and abducts legendary figures, Andraste included, who then band together aboard the Phantom ship to attack Parvolin. Brother Genitivi again.
Can you make out any of your mercenaries down there?
Not from here. Probably a better view once we take the Vince camp.
Worried?
They're my men. I've been with some of them for years.
I didn't answer the question, Bull. Well, I kinda did.
Get ready. We're close. They're upon us! One down!
Popular spot with smugglers, I expect.
Grab this loot. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Iron Bull only? Beans.
We're clear, Gat.
Right. Signaling the dreadnought.
Chargers already sent theirs up. See them down there?
I knew you gave them the easier job.
There's the dreadnought. That brings back memories. Nice one. Crap.
They've still got time to fall back if you signal them now.
Yeah.
Your men need to hold that position, Bull.
They do that, they're dead.
And if they don't, the Venatori retake it and the Dreadnought is dead. You'd be throwing away an alliance between the Inquisition and the Canary. You'd be declaring yourself Talvishoth. With all you've given the Inquisition, half the Ben Hassrath think you've betrayed us already. I stood up for you, Hisrad. I told them you would never become Talvishoth.
They're my men.
I know, but you need to do what's right, Hisrad. For this alliance, and for the Qun. Call the retreat. Don't!
They're falling back.
I can't sentence Krem to
All
die.
these years, Hisrad, and you throw away all that you are. For what? For this? For them?
I regret that we couldn't protect the Dreadnought.
So do I.
It looks fine. The Dreadnought can pull back. Everyone.
No way they'll get out of range. Won't be long now.
Bull, when the Dreadnought sinks...
Sinks? Canary Dreadnoughts don't sink.
Fair enough.
Come on. Let's get back to my boys. Hey, boss.
Inquisitor, it is my duty to inform you that there will be no alliance between our peoples. Nor will you be receiving any more Ben Hassrath reports from your Talvishoth ally.
You under orders to kill me, Gat?
No. The Ben Hassrath have already lost one good man. They'd rather not lose two.
Who is the other good man?
So much for that.
The loss of the Ben Hassrath information will hurt. Can we smoke out some of your old contacts?
They'll pool their people soon enough, but we might be able to identify the agents who replaced them. You're late.
Sorry, Chief. Still sore from fighting off all those vents. Good to see you, Inquisitor.
How did the charges come out of the fight?
Just fine. Thanks to you and the Chief, we had plenty of time to fall back. Chief's even breaking open a cask of chasing sackmead for the charges tonight.
Ooh!
Damn it, Krem. That's the kind of thing you don't have to mention to the Inquisitor.
Sorry, Chief.
Ah, forget it. You're doing fine.
Let's talk. Let's talk to both Krem and Bull.
Shame the alliance with the Chief's people didn't work out. He hasn't said anything, but he's feeling it.
Can you think of any other tasks suitable?
You sealed the main rifted adamant, but the fortress is still a mess. Demons, darkspawn, making knows what. I could take Rocky out there with some of the boys. They know how to bring down walls. We can't close rifts, but we can bury the bastards under a ton of rubble.
We'll talk later. You wanted to see me?
Bull! I got it!
E poste sala Talvishoth.
Yeah, my soul's dust. Yours is scattered all over the ground, though, so... Sorry, boss. I thought I might need backup. Guess I'm not even worth sending professionals for.
You knew the assassins were coming.
Little change in the guard rotation tipped me off.
Why didn't you tell me ahead of time?
You go through years of Ben Hassrath training to hide facial expressions when I wasn't looking. See? Like that. If I'd warned you were the gods, the assassins would have been tipped off.
Are you all right?
Fine. Hurt myself worse than this fooling around in bed.
What if they used poison?
Oh, they definitely used poison. Sarcomech, liquid form. If I hadn't been dosing myself with the antidote, I'd be going crazy and puking my guts up right now. As it is, it stings like shit. But that's about it.
Are you interested in getting some payback?
Against who? The entire Ben Hasrath? Besides, this wasn't serious. Sending 2 guys with blades against me? That's not a hit. That's a formality. Just making it clear that I'm Talva Shoth. Talva fucking Shoth.
Are you going to be all right?
It's a knife wound, boss. I think I'll live.
That's not what I was talking about.
Thanks. Anyway, I'll get this cleaned up and let Red know what happened. Boss, whatever I miss, whatever I regret, this is where I want to be. Whenever you need an ass kicked, the Iron Bull is with you.
Horns up. Check in on Cullen. Cutscene. Yep.
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
I trust you're feeling better?
Yes.
Is it always that bad?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was... not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
You're a better person than you give yourself credit for.
I appreciate the thought, but I know who I am. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
I've met good people here. Knowing they have my back, it helps.
You certainly keep interesting company. I suppose I do as well.
We're besties. Oh, damn. There's no way those people are comfy cozy down there. They don't even have that many campfires going. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 campfires for all those tents. That's not enough. You need at least double that.
Inquisitor?
May I ask you something?
Of course.
The Inquisition won't last forever. What will you do when this is over?
To be honest, I hadn't given it much thought until recently. I'm not used to having so many possibilities.
You still regret the man you became after leaving Ferelden?
After the Ferelden Circle, I thought all mages were like the ones there. Knight Commander Meredith's methods were harsh, but they kept people safe.
You've said Meredith was unstable.
She was my Knight Commander. I had no reason to distrust her. She wasn't wrong about the Blood Mages in Kirkwall. Meredith encouraged my anger towards the mages. There was only so far I would go, and she knew that too. I was her second in command. She kept decisions from me, those I would question. I believed she was serving the city. I never thought to question her, not until it was too late.
I hope I'm a
I
better
hope you
leader.
find the Inquisition's leadership more agreeable.
I am confident you will see us through to the end. The Inquisition is my chance to atone. I will not see it fail.
Do you think Templars should cease to exist?
No. I may have chosen to leave that life, but I respect those who remain. Magic ungoverned could tear the world apart. It's doing so now. Templars are trained and able to confront such dangers.
What would you suggest?
Some call the Circle a prison that can only breed resentment. Perhaps opportunities to work outside the Circle. A mixed military service or healers' clinics with Templar support. And there must be a safer way for Templars to leave. Templars can lose their memories to lyrium. Some call it a gift, to forget the failed harrowings, the demons. Some atrocities haunt me still. But to lose what good I can recall, I nearly lost my mind once. It is no gift.
Do you think that could work? Would people accept it?
Mages would be watched, but could pursue interests outside the Circle. Neither freedom nor prison. I don't know.
You've mentioned siblings. With everything that's happening, do you know if they're all right?
I've received word from my eldest sister. She was always good at tracking me down. South Reach has experienced the same chaos as everywhere else. My family is fine. Pray they remain so.
Your sister tracked you down. She didn't know where you were.
I let her know I was in Haven. She assumed I survived. It's not the first time. I may have neglected to tell her when I was transferred to Kirkwall.
Why?
I wasn't in a good state. I wanted only to leave. I received an angry letter about my disappearance 2 years later. For all her reprimands, it was a relief to hear from someone who knew me before the Blight.
That's all I wanted to know.
Should you require anything, I'll be here. Did you need something?
Is there anything I should know?
Many of our recruits viewed the Grey Wardens as heroes. Blackwall's presence is helpful. Knowing there's one warden immune to corruption has given people hope. Corypheus's grasp is not inescapable.
That's...
Okay, let's travel down to here, meet back up with Iron Bull.
From Haven's fire come we, the able true.
I can't understand how those women in the kitchen can be awake so early after the night we had.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Multiple? Multiple.
Inquisitor?
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Let's... Here. See... No points to spend. Weapons. Sandra's using a 166. Shield. Nope. 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 None of that. Armor. Red. Iron Bull only. Damn. Alright, that is one spooky helmet. Alright, we sell everything else. I believe At least one person came back with a Inquisition report. We'll also have to go back to the Storm Coast. Inquisitor, the Grey Wardens fought their way through the mountains. The demons were savage, but the Grey Wardens held them off with great determination. As a result, we have located Marquis Buffon's secret stronghold deep in the Gammerdon Peaks. Grey Wardens continue to fight bravely, but they have suffered many losses. I recommend deploying them with care, lest we lose them entirely. A report from one of Cullen's forward scouts. Sightings in the north of Red Templars with armor and weapons adorned with dwarven runes. There are no known entrances to the deep roads in that area, no missives from Orzammar about missing traders, but they keep next to non-existent records of surface wars. The Venatori may be making use of dwarven slaves, possibly from Tevinter. Not their usual preference, but also not the first unusual thing they have done. Recommend further investigation and force. Send a group to observe. We don't want to alarm the Venatori. We'll get our scouts, but will likely require additional senators.
All right.
Colin. Let's bring Dorian, Varric, Cass. See if I can go through that door yet.
Inquisitor.
Yes, I have. Let me in. Hold on. Let me look this up. Green, red. Oh, I have to reach level 16. Okay. World map. Actually, let's not go there yet. Let's go to... Graves, we've been contacted by a Fairbanks who says he has information of value to the Inquisition. He offers a trade, the information in exchange for the Inquisition's help in eliminating a dangerous rebel band calling themselves the Freemen of the Dales. There have been reported sightings of these rebels all over the Dales, where they have caused significant problems for Elysian troops. Uprooting them could be a good move for us. First, let us see what Fairbanks has to say. He is hiding out somewhere in the Emerald Graves, a legendary Dalish forest. My spies report that he is well acquainted with the area and its terrain. He could prove a useful asset if we choose to trust him. Liliana. Lead Scout Harding made contact with Fairbanks and his men in the Emerald Graves and had a run-in with the rebel freemen of the Dales. They are as violent as we have been led to believe. As for Fairbanks, Harding was unable to coax much from him. He will only share what he knows with the Herald of Andraste, it seems. Fairbanks is holding his information close to his chest. I wonder if it might relate to something bigger than just the freemen of the Dales. If there is a chance at all, then we must learn all we can from him. Harding has set up an outpost in the Emerald Graves. Be careful, Inquisitor. The Forest of the Graves is treacherous and home to enemies both new and ancient. Let's do Solus. Paul. Cass.
Good to see you
Hey,
again,
Boo.
Inquisitor. Hope you've got
Pookie.
your comfortable boots on. The scouts have seen a number of fade rifts all over the forest. We've located this mysterious Fairbanks. He won't share his information with anyone but you. He and his men are camped out at Watcher's Reach, on the path ahead. From what we can tell, they're refugees from the war. Peasants, mostly.
Tell me everything you know about Fairbanks.
We don't know much about him. He appeared after the Civil War started, helping people fleeing from the destruction. Fairbanks is likely not his real name.
Do you know anything else about the region?
They call this place the Emerald Graves. Legend says that a tree grows here for every elven knight of Halam Sharal who perished in its defense. Makes you sad, doesn't it?
What was done to the elves here was unforgivable.
Never again. At least I hope not.
You hear that, Solus? I'm a caring human.
Thank you for the information. I'll head out.
One other thing. You've tangled with the Freemen of the Dales before. They have a presence here. Watch your back, Inquisitor.
Sure thing, Boo. Love you too. Traveling through the Emerald Graves in the Dales, one will see dozens of carven stone wolves. The Dalish call these the Knights' Guardians. In the days of Elven Halam Sharal, wolf companions walked alongside Emerald Knights, never leaving the side of their chosen knight. Wolf and elf would fight together, eat together, and when the knights slept, wolves would guard them. Statues were erected in memory of their unbreakable bond. You have a report from me.
Inquisitor, I've something for you.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
Nope, alright. I will not look into that. Let's see about the other side here. You got any books? No.
Freemen.
This is where they're strongest.
Was that deep mushroom? Oh, no use for that. Ooh, doo -doo -doo -doo. I feel posh with this kind of music. What's up, homies?
Fairbanks is expecting you at the camp.
Oh, ho, ho, big it. I see you. Now where's the... Where's my fancy stuff?
Sometimes it would be easier if I'd been killed when our farm was attacked.
I am sorry to tell you of the lives we have lost. Gertrude, Chauvin, Devon, and Jacques were taken by Sister Cousteau's men while hunting. They are dead. I pray the Maker have mercy on their souls. The 3 men are preparing for something, stocking up on supplies and men. Patrols range further each day. Be careful where you go. When you forage, keep close by. To prevent more deaths, we must look out for each other. The soldiers among us have volunteered to guard and patrol Watcher's Reach, so the rest of you stay safe. With heavy heart, your friend and protector, Fairbank. Needed more elf fruit, so I went with him to the grove, by that strange rock on the road that looks like a grumpy old woman smoking a pipe. 3 men were there. They didn't see us at first, but Greer stepped on a twig. I didn't think that happened in real life, only in stories. That damn twig. I barely got away. Didn't like having to tell Fairbanks we lost the herbalist. They're gonna kill us all one by one.
Funny, we're in the Dales, and I haven't seen any Dalish.
Of course we'll make it through this. We all will.
I can't believe he's making us hide out here like mice. Damned Fairbanks and his concern for everyone.
I can't believe how gone. Just like that.
Even with countless gallons of water rushing down over it for centuries, the wolf statue remains intact. Magic, perhaps.
I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood to talk right now.
Okay, French elf.
Why not?
It seems a bitter twist of fate to discover that half of Thedas does not consider my homeland a nation at all. Kunari maps depict the island as part of their territory, without any ambiguousness to the claim. I can only assume this is because all islands within the Boreac Ocean naturally fall under their jurisdiction. The Tevinter maps, meanwhile, still proudly show the entire island as part of the Imperium, even though Imperial control outside of small pockets is little more than fiction and changes whenever the Kunari return their attention to the area. Imperial reports speak of fog warriors as if we are beasts, little better than darkspawn or dragons. Dangerous element of the wilderness, best avoided or eliminated, but ultimately of no consequence. It angers me to read these things. Ours is a land that has been shaped by war as no other. Long ago the Imperium came, and after centuries of trying and failing to turn us into compliant Imperial citizens, the Kunari came instead. They conquered Saharan and attempted to convert us. Neither side succeeded in taking our freedom, and though battle after bloody battle have ground our ancient halls of wisdom practically to dust, we still dream of the land that was. The fog dancers who travel with each band of warriors regale them with the legends of old and keep the songs of our people alive. They say that the griffins of the Grey Wardens came from Saharan. They tell us of the ancient curse of Nahar that brought the fog and the promise that will one day lift it. They speak of the March of Four Winds, of the lost people who fled to the northern islands, and the great heroes who learned at the feet of elves. Are the old tales true? We may never know. All that remains of the land Saharan once was is gone, but I know we will make them true someday. Let's go get that rune. I'll be right with you, Fairbanks. What was that? That was rash. Fine. That's fine.
Good day then.
I will be right with you, por favor. Herb lightning rune. Drop that shit. Don't need it no more.
Inquisitor, please listen. You have encountered the Freemen. Aggressive bastards, no? They've killed a dozen of my people. We've tried to fight, but we cannot match their strength. You can. Why should you care about this, you ask? Because the Freemen are colluding with your enemy.
Which enemy do you mean?
The rogue Templars. I've seen them through the woods, heading for the Freemen bases, leaving with crates. Destroy the Freemen, and they'll lead you straight to the Red Templars. This, I promise.
I'll see what I can do.
Look into this, Fairbanks.
All my information about the Freemen is right here, in our camp. Help us. And everything I know about the Dales, about these woods, I will share with the Inquisition.
Let's climb. Oh, I'm literally just doing this to grab a fucking bit of history. I don't know who first called this place Watcher's Canyon. I know it's named for the strange hooded figure overlooking the ravine. No one knows who he is. People in these parts always refer to him as the Watcher. He must have had an elven name. Perhaps he was one of their gods. None of the elves here can tell me. I don't think they even know anymore. In this cave, Watcher's reach? Well, he's reaching down into it, isn't he? Maybe with him guarding us, we'll survive this war. Hey, Solus, you know anything about this place? You want to tell me? You're gonna be a little bitch. Keep lying to me. Let's deal with this Fade Rift here. Maybe it would have been faster teleporting back to our the first camp here.
Don't look for trouble.
I mean, how else am I gonna help your people? I kinda have to. Don't really have much choice. This August one? I would like to loot the ram I murdered. Thank you. We have brought Andraste's light to the Dales. None can deny her the truth. None can deny her truth. In time, all will open their hearts to the Maker. From a sermon given by Sister Amity at the conclusion of the exalted march of the Dales. 7 years ago, my son Tristan was traveling through the Emerald Graves when bandits set upon him. He died at their hands. Since then, every year on the anniversary of his death, I light a candle for him at the Lion's Pavilion, near where they found him. Now a band of violent rebels has claimed the forest. They roam up and down the highways, killing as they go. No one will escort me to the pavilion for fear of encountering them. I pray a brave and kind soul will. If they find themselves at the pavilion, remember a mother's lament, and light a flame in memory of the fallen. Forgive me, my son. Oh. Where do I gotta go for that, man? All the way up there. Alright. Hi, how are you? I think I got him. Right there, okay. Oh no! I kicked out. Fuck. Get to here. Maybe. Yes. Seven. Holy balls. That's most of the shards for this area, alright. This map. Let's check out the Great Bear Cave, though. Yeah, there's no great bears. Seem to be all dead. Can I just... Damn, that has to be the... What the fuck? Bloodstone. Going. Alright. Next. Arcane, hello, hello. Has it really been since I got my hair cut? Was that the last time you been here? God damn. That's a long ass time ago. I got this chopped in March? April? I miss the long hair. I kind of wish I didn't cut it. I wish I had just gotten it cleaned up instead of just cut off entirely. So now I gotta I gotta grow it back out. Gotta go through that long ass. 2 years, baby! 2 years! Yay. Where the fuck do I get to that? Gotta do a loop-de-loop.
Now that they are allied with the Inquisition, the rebel mages are likely to enjoy more freedoms.
I expect you are correct.
I thought you would be pleased.
I will be pleased when the world we share is not threatened by a blight-corrupted madman. Regardless of who was responsible, the conflict between Templars and mages helped Corypheus rise to power. We cannot afford to let political infighting distract us from our duty.
Agreed. When it is done, I promise what you have done here will not be forgotten.
Thank you, Seeker. I think.
Inquisition took me. I didn't play. I got this game the year it came out. I got it for my birthday. And then I think, which was also, I think it came out the same time it was either the same year that I built my first computer, or 1 year after. But anyway, I think I played through. I think I got through. I know I got through Act 1. I remember I got to Skyhold, but I wouldn't say I even got to the halfway point. And that one I probably only got a third of the way through, and then I played through it for fully my first time. Like in 2019. I think, yeah, 2019. Trapped in an endless cycle, playing for 72 hours, burning out, not playing. I too had a lot of saves before I finally finished it. Track the great brute to the middle of the graves. I hate this place. Elven curses on every tree. It'll be worth it. Camille will have to pay attention. If she sits in that clumsy fool's lap for a cub's pelt, just think all she'll do for me when I bring her back the head of this giant beast. Have courage. Focus. Believe. Yes, I can envision the furry trophy already in my clutches. What a dumbass. Oh, I see a big bear. Let's go kill this bitch. Because I'll need its pelts for a quest with the Dalish.
One down.
Damn it. Brother Bear. Well, we got enough Great Bear hide. Hell yeah. Dorian and Cole, my beloved. This is the first time I'm doing a, I guess, human Cole playthrough. I think all my previous ones I've done spirit Cole. And then because I think I would mess up.
Maker bless the Inquisition.
Fucking egghead. Are you gonna try and redeem Solus? Or is it on site with you, Arcane. The Veil Guard. When her chant is spoken from all corners of the world, the Maker will return. We are one day closer to his coming. We have a complex relationship. I'm also conflicted. I'm not quite sure which I'm ultimately gonna go with. I think it'll largely depend. It's honestly largely going to depend on how they handle the Inquisitor. Because we're not able to take our Inquisition saves into, like, they're doing away with Dragon Age Keep from what I've heard. We can't port over our Inquisitor, which I think is super fucking stupid. Because, like, that's the BioWare staple. Porting over your saves, your world, from previous games in the series is legitimately the BioWare staple. From KOTOR 1 to KOTOR 2. I think you could do that for KOTOR 2. From Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. Hell, you could, even though it literally did not matter at all, you could take your Mass Effect 3 and port that save, or was it? Yeah. You could port your Mass Effect stuff to Mass Effect Andromeda. A thing that was completely unrelated. Like, I think it's probably, what, a couple of lines that you can find in there referencing stuff. Like, when I heard that really... That killed a lot of my excitement for the game. Because, like, I remember when the trailer came out, the gameplay trailer, and we got that Varric and Solus conversation. The writing seemed solid enough and seemed like Dragon Age writing where I'm like, hell yeah, I can get into this. But then hearing the thing that makes BioWare games, like, so special not being there has me super bummed out. Like, how like, what kind of, like, supposedly we maybe be able to pick important decisions, like what important decisions had happened, how they're going to, like, fit that into the beginning of the game, I don't know. Are they gonna do it like Witcher 3 does, for Witcher 2? No clue. So I was excited, and now I'm kind of, yeah, I'm probably still going to get it the day of release, but I am certainly a little skeptical now, because, like, yeah, that's fucking BioWare's thing, man. That's like essentially what BioWare is famous for. Historians have been unable to identify the mysterious and cloaked pointing figure in the Emerald Graves. Some believe it a representation of the elven god Falandine, known also as the Friend of the Dead or the Guide. Others believe it an elaborate elven joke, its punchline lost to time. Is he bald underneath the hood? Because if so, then he's the bitch boy Fen Haral. Yeah, the bitch boy Fen Haral. Who could that be? Why are you running, Solus? Hi, do you have a moment to join my Rift circle? Thank you. I will punch you with a rock, sir. Get away from me. That didn't push you away. 10 years. Yeah, no, like, there's obvious, like, it's not, I am not expecting it to be as good as Inquisition. Inquisition is quite frankly a miracle game. You've heard how the Dalish would hang trespassers. Hung them from trees is what they say. Would you believe you can still see them? I swear on the Maker's beard, when I saw that face in the tree, I just about pissed myself. The screaming face of a murdered bastard right in front of me. I was afraid if I stayed long, I would hear it howling. I had even been drinking. Don't believe me? Go see for yourself, Brian. Like, because this is a game that sold really well. I don't know how well it sold, but I just know it sold well. And it also won Game of the Year for 2014. So it was a acclaimed game, not just in terms of sales, but also in awards. My only guess is as to why it has taken so long for this game to come out. Now, of course, they first went to work on Andromeda. So that, of course, they would not be working on Inquisition in that time period. Anthem was a fucking mess. I don't know what the fuck was happening there or how they had resources devoted to that. So really, if we look at the timeline, they have had 2 games, both of which have come out and were largely panned. Though Mass Effect Andromeda is not a bad game. It is not as good as the first 3. It's like a 6. It's like a 6 or it's like a 6 out of 10. A 6 or a 7. It's janky. It's got good characters. I wouldn't say they're as memorable as the original trilogy, but they're still good. And the gameplay for Andromeda is literally, I wouldn't change a thing about it. I love it. My guess is part of why EA and BioWare did not start really putting resources into the development of this game. My guess is the writers probably did not know where the fuck to go with this story. That's my guess. My guess is, or maybe like the original, like so much of the original team that had written Inquisition ended up leaving. Before they started putting the resource into this game, and so then there was no one really around to like write Dragon Age 4 into a good direction or something. Or maybe they had a bunch of writing teams over the years. Like, this is just me fucking speculating here, throwing shit out. Maybe they did have a bunch of writing teams, and then feedback on the scripts just kept being bad. They were like, no, this isn't right, no, and so they kept just revising and revising and revising. I don't know how writing video games works. I haven't been on a writing team in a writer's room yet, so I don't know. But I mean, I do know the last 10 years there's been a lot of BioWare drama with a lot of veterans leaving it, so my guess is the veterans leaving BioWare is what has caused this game to take so long. Anthem a complete mess? Yeah, it was.
able to hurt anyone again.
Do it, Arcane. Do it. At the very least, play through it so you've got, so that you're refreshed on everything before Veilguard. That's why I'm still playing. Well, that's why I am playing. I'm mainly playing to refresh my memory, but I also would have played. But I had been hoping I would be, you know, taking my Inquisitor over into Veilguard, but I guess that's not happening. Q. Yes, I know what Duheim thinks about the people in Watcher's Reach. He's wrong. The refugees think us monsters, all because of Duheim and his like. If they get in the way, I suppose we must eliminate them, but we will not hunt them, we will not murder them unless they force our hand. I hope you understand. Yours faithfully, Sister Cousteau. As I have said, there is no reason to worry about the other Freeman cells. Since we are in the Dales, I shall invoke the heathen philosophy of Vir Adelin, the way of the wood. Each tree is part of a greater whole. It is the same with us. We are all part of a greater plan. The Dales will be ours. That I promise. Goodbye to my social life. Yep. Cassandra? You draw strength from your Warcry, improving your armor. Warcry's catching more enemies and taunting them. Ooh, that's better. I think she has enough armor generation. Solace. And more easily in the blow weakens and causing them to do less damage. Cole. As a spirit dedicated to mercy, Cole is oddly suited to killing and no. Let's see. Use hidden blades faster, more easily, launching even more strikes on your victim. Additional hit. Let's do additional hits.
You have it. Please, please open the door. I can't stand it in here another second.
Okay.
Thank the Maker. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not looting all that Viridium. I wonder when we'll get a set date for the release. Right now, I think it's still just fall of this year.
I'm falling back.
Sandra, how did you take so much damage? My dearest Aline, have you had news of the war? They say it will take over all Orlais. People say the mine's about to be shut down. No one wants to be caught in the middle of the fighting. I had a good thing here, good coin. In a year or two I might have made enough to go home and marry. Now this war's come along and ruined everything. I'll stay as long as I can. Don't wait for me. Leave as soon as you can. Perhaps in a city like Monsignor there will be guards and militia keeping the peace. Your brother, Jean. John. Dabadoo. Shit, hold on. Ha! Hoo! Ha! No. Oh, this ain't worth it. God damn it! Okay, everybody. Thank you for just teleporting, Inquisitor me. I was thinking I'd be able to read that book that was over there, but I guess not. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Nope. Squish. I just started a new Skyrim save yesterday. Man, the amount of Skyrim playthroughs I started on stream and then I just died. Elves were guilty of the greatest sin, of turning from the Maker. But we will show them mercy, for that is what Andraste teaches. Based on what I've heard about what happened here in the Dales during the Exalted March, I don't think he showed them mercy. Oh, big guy's coming for me. Go away. Master Kels, numbers are fantastic, sir. Trade's booming with all this lyrium showing up. Maybe it's red instead of blue, but people are still buying. The mage we picked up can look into what the color means. Needs to start earning his keep. We have more coin on hand, too. No need to pay off some greasy dwarf since the red stuff isn't from the deep roads. Must be killing him. Someone struck lyrium up here and they're not getting a piece. Fishline.
It claims this red lyrium's not coming from the deep roads.
She loved her mother.
Oh, that's sad. Ah! I got jumped! No elven treasure was hidden beneath the falls. That ridiculous tale lost me 6 soldiers. If I find the man who started the rumor, I'll kill him myself. In the journal of Captain Marsan. Or something tells me there might be stuff beneath the maybe they didn't look good enough. Maybe I'm built different. Go check.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Because they didn't get the treasure map first. Fun Blonde Vint 1. To Vint are brewed for a very discreet clientele, and strong enough to fluster a tranquil. An almost weightless spirit best served with a powdering of catsbane as a flavor enhancer. Everite. Alright. Okay, Cassandra, drink a potion. There we go. What's the... Go up this way, perhaps? Or out those steps.
I like how the sun goes through the leaves.
Okay. Thank you, Cole. Was that a fade rift? It is. Let me deal with that one real quick. Oh, it's a big daddy. Got him. Rock. Lots of rock. Solves all your problems. Ain't no new material around here. So, why aren't you saying anything about all these wolves? Huh? You're awfully quiet about elven architecture around here. This fucking bitch, man. What the? Can we not chase the wild? My target, please.
You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
Y'all still gonna chase after that fucking deer? You are. There, it's dead. Oh, did the bear? No, oh, nope. There's the bear meat. Oh, bear hide. I have to head back to the Emerald No, not the emerald. The fucking... Oh god, I'm forgetting. The western approach, I think that's what it... No? Fuck. The other place where there are elves. This is the wrong way. I don't know where I'm going. Ah! We will be coming back for that. That's the Astrarium door, I believe. Oops. Yeah, my bet. Y'all can put your weapons away. I pressed the wrong button. I haven't come across an Astrarium yet, though. Oh shit. Now that we're level 15, Cassandra could finally use the Blade of the Champion. Hell yeah. It looks okay. But arcane, that's what I wasn't too sure about. So I didn't just insta-ban. But it's also like, banning doesn't fucking do anything to these bots anymore. As it ever did in the first place. They just create a different account. Oh, we got an Astrarium right here. Puzzle time. Let's see. Oh my. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding. Wait, no, this looks shit. Wait, I think I know. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here? There. To there, to there. Fuck! I misclicked. Gamer. Referred to as the Stallion in common parlance, the constellation Equinor has historically been depicted either as a rearing horse or a seated griffin. Some scholars speculate that the constellation's original image was that of a Hala, which could indicate a deliberate supplantation of the constellation's original representation of Gilin, the elven goddess also known as Mother of the Hala. However, as horses had great significance to early Naromenian culture, from which the ancient Imperium descended, this speculation is largely considered unfounded. Insane memory? Oh no, that was just me being a fucking gamer. Hi, how are you? We're all dead. Did you hear? Sister Cousteau has fallen. How did you hear about that already? I just did that like 10 minutes ago. I'm surprised it took so long. She was soft. Unfortunately, we also lost the rats we were going to send to Suladin. We have to make sure this doesn't happen again. God damn it. Again! We're gonna get another big bitch to spawn. Nope. Yep.
There's an elven artifact nearby.
Fellas, I think we have more pressing matters than a fucking elven artifact. Did Cole solo the Pride Demon on his own? I legit think Cole went toe-to-toe with the Pride Demon and won. I gave him overpowered daggers.
The wards are working.
Alright. Much like the Inquisition, Corypheus is blah blah. Yummy rift juice. Gobble gobble. Goddamn, I don't need to fight more great bears. Don't know that I need from them. But, you know what? They can go fight those Templars. Stay away, bear. You have any trials on? Yeah, I've got a few. It doesn't really provide anything good, though. Master Kells. The new client wants double the red lyrium shipped last time. The context said it was for someone called Samson. I met him during the last trip. Got a Templar feel off him. Though the armor he wears doesn't look chantry. Still, his coin's good and he doesn't preach.
Another letter on the smugglers, referring to Samson.
Deluded Chevalier. Oh yeah, this place is weirdly designed. What? Oh, hello, you want some of this? Join in the fun. How'd you get here, sir?
Filth, taking advantage of the chaos of war.
Gotcha, shut the court. Absence. I am aware of how to spell it. This bottling reflects my wish that the current crop of behatted self-styled cads would disappear. I prefer Le Fay Veritas spirit, not affectation. I'm Mr. Fancy Pants. Big words. Who goes there? Show your face. You. He's dead. Ooh, piece of paper. Philida, I hope you are well and adjusting. This is now your home. The Imperial Army did not appreciate you. Your Empress used you for her own purposes. Forget her. Remember, you are no deserter. You are free. Your friend, Sir August.
How are you feeling, Cassandra, after the revelations about your Seekers?
How do you expect I might feel? Most of my life was dedicated to the Order. I did so much I believed was good in their name.
Now that you know them corrupt, you must determine which parts of yourself to discard and which to keep.
I assume you have advice?
I would hardly presume. In our travels, I have been impressed by your honesty and your faith. It is a difficult path, Seeker. But if anyone can walk it honorably, you can.
Such a piece of shit. Also so wise. Fuck you, Solus. Hi, I really enjoy your content, and would like to be foot friends. It would be poggers to be friends with you. Hi, Clay. Isn't your special stream tonight? When is that? Are you waiting for me to be done? Not many people take the road west into Parendale for the sake of pleasure. Few living things inhabit the rocky countryside save for silver miners, wyverns, and an astoundingly pugnacious breed of mountain goat. In far-off days, the mountains around this city were full of dragons, and perhaps this was what first brought it to the attention of the Pentagast kings. Certainly it was not the goats. Although the region has belonged to Navarra since the late Blessed Age, travelers here will find much that reminds them of a provincial Orlesian town. A great carving depicting the lion slaying the dragon adorns Parendale's gate, and many Orlesian lions decorate the city's buildings. And there are still many citizens who cling to the hope that the Empress will restore the city to the Empire. Schoolwork, yeah, it did. I'm gonna do some coursework to do for Coursera. What? What's that for? F is for friends who do feet stuff together. U is for kill me now. Historians must agree that it was not the dragons nor the silver, and certainly not the goats, that began centuries of warfare between Orlais and Navarra. It was Emperor Etienne Valmont and the Pentagasts. In 782 Storm, the Pentagast family, fresh on the throne again for the first time in generations and eager to build up the alliances lost by the Van Markham dynasty, approached the Emperor to solidify a peace treaty through marriage. The Emperor, who was under great pressure to produce an heir, set aside his Empress of 17 years and wed Princess Soteria Pentagast, theoretically cementing a promise of peace and cooperation between Navarre and Orlais. Promises are hard to keep. By 797 Storm, Soteria was still childless, and the Emperor sent her to a cloister so that he might marry his mistress. As anyone other than Etienne might have predicted, the Navarrans took this poorly. Angry letters arrived in the imperial palace by the cartload. A small war party of Pentagast rode into Orlais and reclaimed Princess Soteria. But the Navarrans did not take military action yet. They were strategists and knew to bide their time. In 846 Blessed, while most of the Orlesian army was committed to a war in Ferelden, the Pentagasts began their war against Orlais. The Orlesians rallied to defense and drove the Navarrans from Gislaine and Arlesan, but at the cost of much of their northern territory. Perendale was lost and never recovered, a lingering sign that peace between the two nations was impossible. U is for Uwu, N is for anywhere and any time at all, as long as it's 50 yards from Don't say that, don't say that. I hope I can't get in trouble. That. Is there anything else in this fucking base? Well, I've already been in there, so I don't need to go in through that door. Stone Wolf Green. Oh, damn, I wasted that one. We haven't killed any dragons this stream. I did kill one last stream, though. Reading time. I camped beneath a large stone statue of a wolf not far off the road, with the calm eyes of the great beast watching over me. I slept like a babe in arms from a journey through the dales by Lord Horace Medford. Hydrate. Face juice? What the fuck? What the fuck is face juice? You mean fade? Was it a typo? Okay. I got worried for a second. Got real concerned there. That's just an animal. I thought that was like a statue or something. Why the frame drop? Hello? Alright, get over here. Ow. Apologies, Inquisitor. Inquisitor, I have something to report. Inquisitor, I have something to report. That didn't do what I wanted to do. Ow. Great mission, Day 1. Troilus Hurtubise. Arrived in the Emerald Graves and located the first instance of the menace. Set up an observation area close by. This will allow for undisrupted study of the phenomenon. This particular example of the menace seems far less active than the one in Lides. It pulsates at a rate of a mere 427 times per hour. The sound of it here is a nagging drone as opposed to the frantic whistling of the first one in town. As I recall, Sister Euphorbia described the noise as similar to one heard when forcing air from a leaky bellows. Ran out of Sister Euphorbia's honey loaves. Still have cheese, but spent yesterday foraging. Spotted another menace through the trees by the river. Can only describe it as stormy. It must be investigated further. For the mission to succeed, I must learn all I can. The fuck? What do you mean by the fucking menace, dude? Map of Elganon's Bastion. That's one of the elven gods. Elganon. I think. Oh shit. That's gonna, let's see, we're gonna go back to Skyhold though, because we have some people back from their missions. I think just 2 of our council members. And we also have level ups to dole out. So, Sarah. You can use more concentrated elixirs that give you an uncanny edge in battle. You do bonus damage to all attacks for a short time. Whenever you use an elixir or potion, the effect stacks. Dorian. Blackwall, the dude I don't think I've brought into battle once. Vivienne, the person I brought into battle once. Let's see, weapons. Soul Kisser, 124, okay. The Whale. 160. No, literally sucks ass. All those suck ass. And nothing good there. Alright, so we'll sell it all. Boop. Fast travel. Oh yeah, let's check that. Undercroft. Trials. Sigil of the worthless, thank you. Literal garbage. I guess Sigil of the Bronto is useful for the warriors. They generate guard pretty easily. I will not turn my back on them, but we have established agreements with the Tybalts. Their initial hatred of the Inquisition was a device, and they are willing to have us in their favor. A report has arrived from the site of the suspected Venatori Enclave. It is nonsensical given accepted historical record. Located Venatori Enclave, fires on approach, assumed they torched their camp while retreating. Not the case. Camp already destroyed, Venatori dead. Dwarven tools found, but no dwarves, alive or dead. One deep stalker corpse found, signs of blight corruption. Best guess, Venatori surprised by forces emerging from the camp well. Assumed they left the same way. Well collapsed, no passage possible. Enclave scoured for resources for a return to Skyhold. On return to Inquisition camp, message found next to a newly opened sinkhole. We always come for our own. What about you, Inquisition? Binthus Warhelm Kal Sharok. Who's your favorite of the three? I'm romancing Josephine, but if I could, I would be romancing Liliana. 'Cause redhead.
What happened in Adamant is a shame. I'm still reeling over the army of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
Inquisitor, we have Marquise of Peloche Bouffon trapped in her fortress in the Gammerden Peaks and are preparing to make a final assault. While we might earlier have ignored her transgressions in light of the greater threat to the world, it is good that we did not. Marquise Bouffon's crimes go well beyond smuggling or illegal mining, and she has an ally in Lady Jeanette Legaspe, who has come with Venatori mages to defend the Marquise. The Wardens have concerns about the Venatori using blood magic or their ties to Corypheus to influence their minds, but are prepared to follow your orders. We cannot delay for long as demons in the mountains continue to harass our flanks. Oh, I'm not sending... No, we gotta wait for Liliana then. I'm not sending the warden. I'm not risking the wardens like that. Inquisitor, per my earlier recommendation, I'd like permission to send some of the charges to Adamant Fortress. The Inquisition already destroyed most of it. My troops can dare down enough of the rest that it doesn't turn into a stronghold for demons or Venatori, or whatever else is out there causing us trouble. It took all our efforts to bring. I'd happily spare some men to ensure the safety of the chargers. Send Josephine.
At your service.
Lighter on dark vellum with obviously dwarven markings. A hole in the surfacer's precious sky, not our concern, but the thing that did it? If this magister shit really brought the blight and the darkspawn, we're no friend of that. Follow these instructions and you'll catch your enemy sleeping. Tell your soldiers not to leave the main tunnel. That's your only warning. Binthus Warhelm Kal Sharok. Letter ends with a map to a cave system and the number of troops that can pass. Potential relations with another dwarven type would be far more beneficial than a minor strike of that. You know what? I like Josephine's idea, so we're gonna wait on that one too. According to Dorian, it might be possible to discover who Corypheus once was. Knowing he was human could make him less attractive to defender zealots who think of him as a god. Acquiring this information, however, is more difficult than one might suppose. Such ancient information could be found in the Magisterium's library in Minrathos, but the Grand Archivist has so far replied to our messages with polite misdirection. Dorian says he is the king of this particular castle and knows it. He might be blocking our efforts out of allegiance to Corypheus or simply because he can. Let's see, go around him, bribe the man. Let's not be aggressive. I don't want to be aggressive. Lady Tybalt is asking for closer ties and access to trading partners as she tries to circumvent the traditional blockages of the allegiances in the capital. Some houses have switched sides, others ceded holdings entirely to avoid the shame of officially losing all standing. More and more, they are concerned with station alliance over whatever objections they stated about the Inquisition. I like Liliana's idea there too. Oh my god. Ambassador, I apologize for any unpleasantness that might have arisen from my last correspondence with the Inquisition. My people have been under tremendous strain for too long, even before the destruction of the Conclave, and it has taken its toll on all of Redcliffe Arling. But that is in the past. Today I write to offer an invitation to the Inquisition. The Banorn of Callan is part of my domain and now lies empty. Ban Alara lost her life attending the Conclave. Her only living relative holds lands too far away to administer both. By Ferelden custom, the lands are now the property of whomever claimed them through skill of arms. The tournament will be held at Callan, with the victor taking the title as their prize. The Inquisitor may send a champion to fight in the melee if you wish. Josephine's decision is the better one, because Ferelden allies. God damn it. Copies of Hard in Hightown and Hard in Hightown 3, the repuncheting, sit side by side on the table along with a note. There you go. Found several similarities to events in Varric's book, but all are slightly off. Dead magistrate was not in his home. Man found murdered in locked room was a compt, not magistrate. Executors did not send warning note directly to Donnan. Obviously, object of plot is Sword of Asarian, not a penny dreadful author. Close look at the rip-off book shows numerous grammatical and spelling errors that might seem random at first, but ciphers believe might contain coded information. Killer and author are clearly linked. Either the murder investigation or the code might lead us to a target. And having the book might lead us to them. Oh, Liliana has the right idea. Cullen is Cullen, where can I send you? There we go. We'll send Cullen on that one. Man. Codex. The August Ram. Sure, whoever named it Ram had never seen its more common cousin. The slender legs and sleek hide give the animal the grace of a hart or hala. Its curved horns spiral back over delicate ears, twitching at the slightest rustle of grass. When startled, speed is the August Ram's only defense against the hunter. It is difficult to sneak up on these shy and wary creatures, but I have been here so long and shown such mild behavior that I have gained their trust. The rams graze peacefully a stone's throw from my sketching easel as I write this, thinking no more of me than a rock in the field or a flower in the grass. I just wish the rotten things would stop trying to eat my canvases whenever I leave camp. From the diary of Tillendal Lamalan, noted painter of wildlife and portraits to the Orlesian court. Now, Cullen earlier, I can't remember what exactly it was, but he actually had the more subtle option, which I really liked. Like he had a 5D option. The Orlesian Great Bear is so named because it is very large indeed. Other names for it include the colorful Old Man of the Forest and the less charming but more clearly descriptive Woodsman's Death. I am told that they are only found in remote parts of the Dales and that not even the nobility is willing to hunt for them, which makes them unique among the rare, giant, deadly, exotic fauna of Thedas, the only thing the Orlesians are truly afraid of. We called it the Rite of Tranquility, a mind branded with lyrium brought to a state devoid of either emotion or sense of self. The rite was required to achieve the true peace that could draw a spirit of faith from the depths of the Fade. A difficult task, considering a tranquil mind is all but invisible to these beings. The candidate must be pure. If the candidate proved worthy, the spirit would touch his mind, and he would be freed from tranquility, as well as made into a seeker in truth. If he proved unworthy, tranquility was permanent. It was only later, when the first mage attempted to join our order and failed, that we learned tranquility rendered a mage unable to access his magic, as well as immune to demonic possession. Thus, when the Circle of Magi was born, we gave them the most holy right we possessed. It was a sacrifice we made for the good of all, so dangerous mages could be spared execution and yet live productive and harmonious lives. What we did not give them was the secret of its reversal. That knowledge and our ancient bond with the spirits of faith shall forever be solely ours to keep. I turned that one, I think Venatori mage. It's not, no. It's the one you, get from, I think it's the mage you arrest from storming Adamant Fortress. I think he's the one the Inquisition arrests. He's the one I made tranquil. He's the only one. Because he was a bitch. And he caused me to lose the mustache man. I think that's going to be where we stop for today. We made some good progress. This feels like a good spot. We're up to 50 fucking hours. God damn. Okay. Aramond? I think so. Hold on. Once I close out a game, I'll Google Aramond to make sure that that's the right one. That I made tranquil. I think I'll recognize the face. Magister Livius Aramond. No. They don't. Maybe. No, I sent Aramond to. I think I sent him to the Grey Wardens. I sent someone else. Oh, but when you make someone tranquil, Cullen's response, like, you will get a judgment or a war table operation called How Could You? And Cullen's decision is the best one. At least I like the results don't change from each one. No, Dorian doesn't leave. Cullen's option is they're afraid. Send one Templar and one mage, 2 veterans, to explain and to remind them that the mages created this punishment to protect the rest. Like, his was the most peaceful out of the 3, or most seemingly peaceful. Ooh. Sit in judgment. Yeah, tranquil. Let's see. No, I didn't make Alexius tranquil. I made him research magic arcana. Huh. No, I guess. Oops. I did. I made Aramend tranquil. Yep. Okay, he was the one I made tranquil. Huh. Or am I forgetting someone? Maybe the wiki is incomplete. I don't know. Whatever. It don't matter that much. Yeah, no, Dorian doesn't leave. No one leaves the party. At least, as long as you only... I've only done it once. I only made one person tranquil. And that didn't result in anyone leaving the Inquisition. Just a war table shows up of the mages getting upset because they felt betrayed. But yeah, y'all, thanks for hanging, Arcane and Clay. I will be live tomorrow night because I don't have a life. Yeah, Airman doesn't like. I didn't really feel like sending him to the Grey Wardens was the best option because he tricked the Grey Wardens once, and while I don't, obviously the Grey Wardens probably wouldn't fall for it. The Grey Wardens are essentially under the control of the Inquisition now, at least in this playthrough. So it's like essentially like sending him to the Grey Wardens is sending him the same as imprisoning him, I guess. And also because Mustache Man died, there really isn't a leader of the Wardens right now. Although Blackwall could probably fill the role. Blackwall was training people. I feel like Blackwall can fill the role of Mustache Man. He seems high enough rank. That bit confused me, where if you sacrifice Stroud over Hawk, the Wardens are leaderless. It's like, we got Blackwall. But whatever. I'm ending it here. I will be live tomorrow night with more of this. No fucking clue how many more streams of this there will be. I'm really hoping for fucking Dark Souls 1 to go on sale. Because I have to play that now. Because a goddamn YouTube video of mine reached 20,000 goddamn views, and I made a promise. Fortunately, I gotta keep it. The Dark Souls games just never fucking go on sale. See y'all tomorrow. Came in to see. Yeah, no, that's after Dragon Age Inquisition. At least Dark Souls 1. I looked at how often I specifically went to Steam stats or whatever. Dark Souls literally goes on sale once every 3 months. So August equals the 3-month mark. So I might end up like playing, because I'm also still playing through Fallout 4. I'm just having that be kind of the in-between game, like the palate cleanser kind of game, because that's such a long-ass game that if I were to just only play that would take me months. So I want to space that one out. Probably after finishing this, play Fallout 4 until Dark Souls goes on sale. Dark Souls is your no, Fallout 4. Fallout 4. Don't you hate the Souls games? Oh, I do. I do. Well, I don't like Elden Ring mainly because ultimately my dislike of Elden Ring really, like, I'm not a fan of that gameplay. That was a negative to the game for me going into it. Like, I knew that ahead of it. So, like, me disliking the gameplay, that's not a problem, right? That gameplay is fun for plenty of people. My problem with Elden Ring mainly lies in the story. And it's not that I don't think Miyazaki's a talented writer when the writing is there. The problem is wants there to be so little like writing, because of his personal reasonings and whatnot, um, that I feel like there's too little of it for my taste, especially with the character work. Um, like the character work in Elden Ring, I'm not attached to like any of the characters whatsoever, because it's the way the game is designed. It's an open world game, and because there's so few interactions with the characters as is, if you don't like do things like if you don't do one quest and then just stick to that quest and go straight through it to its end, you kind of forget stuff because um you're gonna forget everything. You're gonna forget certain quests because there's no tracker. Like, and I'm not saying I want a tracker like there is in Dragon Age Inquisition or um Skyrim or anything like that. I want like a journal just to tell me who I've talked to, what they've said, so that I know like what things care. Like one of the things with Elden Ring, is yeah, but I'll get to why it's as what I why I think it's especially a problem with with Elden Ring over other other From Software games. It's the open world design. I think being super cryptic and stuff like that is and non-linear in your storytelling works when when the world and level design is very linear, because then the player's mind is focused on piecing that puzzle together instead of, having their like in Elden Ring, your mind is split on, ooh, piece of candy, I'm gonna go explore that. And then so you're getting like a bunch of disparate lore that then isn't easy to like reread through the menu. Like some of it you can't even reread. There's dialogue from characters that you cannot re-listen to. Like they'll say it once, or if you progress in their quest and they die, um, then you never hear that dialogue again. That bit of lore that they say. So like that to me is where I get really frustrated with Elden Ring. It's just so hard to just keep track of anything in that game. Whereas my guess, this is just me making an educated guess, um Dark Souls games, Dark Souls 1, the more linear From Software games are going to be so much easier to follow because the world design is more linear. So I'm going to be able to more mentally put more mental focus in, okay, this character said this, like I feel like I'm just going to be able to more easily follow the story. But of course, I cannot be proven right on my hypothesis there until I play the game. So yeah. But also I'm a big I'm big into character work. Like I love my world building. World building is fun. But like the kind of world building that Miyazaki does, like the kind of world building that hooks me and gets me to really fucking sink my teeth into it and enjoy, is the world building in like Dragon Age here, where when you find a bit of lore, it's like a goddamn it's like 3 paragraphs of information. Um and like it is like it's also still somewhat cryptic information because it's coming from like a lot of the information is coming from the Chantry scholar Genitivi. That's a biased source within the world here. Right? I mean, most of the lore and history you find in Dragon Age Inquisition was written by a Chantry scholar. So like how accurate that information is, you can distrust what they're saying there. Um, that's the kind of world building that I love. I don't like getting just 2 sentences and then having to find a sword that's somehow somewhat related, and then reading another 2 sentences to piece together more information. That's just not my cup of tea. And so people on the internet get really upset about that, which is funny, because it's like, I'm literally not saying Miyazaki is a bad writer for this. I just don't like that. I just don't like it. Now, sometimes, do I say it in a way that perhaps will get people commenting? Yes. Because that's kind of the point, to say those things, because I know they're already going to hate on me, so it's like, well, I might as well say it in a way that's more controversial, and that'll get them to definitely fucking type shit. Because then all that does is get me more views, gets me more interaction. So, like, be upset. um, but yeah, uh, I just don't, like, Miyazaki's writing, when you get a good chunk of Miyazaki, like when you get enough of Miyazaki's writing to actually understand what is happening, what is being said, it's very fucking good. I just personally believe that Miyazaki goes too far into the not giving players enough information. If Shadow of the Erdtree really is the only DLC that we will be getting for Elden Ring, and so we're left with all those questions, I don't care for that. I don't think that's the best choice narratively, because I don't know, it feels like there's a lot of like questions tied to the themes of Elden Ring that still need to be answered. Like, I feel like the stuff with Godwyn the Golden, because, Ronnie had him murdered, and Ronnie is a major part, or can be a major part, in Elden Ring. I feel like that's gotta be a DLC for Elden Ring, and that's not something that they can push to Elden Ring 2 if they even make a second one, which they're probably gonna make a second one. Elden Ring was just too fucking successful to not make a sequel, but I don't know, I feel like it needs Godwyn needs a story similar to what we got with Shadow of the Erdtree, because stuff about Miquella was answered in that one, and so that was really good. I really think it's just stuff around Godwyn the Golden needs to be answered, and then they can do something with Elden Ring 2. Yeah, that's but yeah, like, the characters in Elden Ring, they're most of them are just meh, because you just don't get to you don't interact with the characters enough for them to be truly memorable, unless like you play the game a lot. Like, unless you play the game multiple times, like play through the game multiple times, the characters outside of Ronnie, Melina, Bach, they're kind of forgettable. Because they don't really, not much to them, you know. In terms of, and then, like, I've said this in my Elden Ring and Dark Souls reaction videos. The only like, there are very few characters that you actually truly get to know in Elden Ring. And so a lot of it feels like they're not fleshed out characters. Like, I mean, we'll compare this to Dragon Age Inquisition. There was that fucking character from Iron Bull's past that was working for the Qun. who was an elf that had been a Tevinter Imperium slave. That is good character work. Like, even before I started asking him questions, we got a really fully realized character. Like, I felt like that was a fully realized character right there. When he just had a conversation with Iron Bull. That's the shit I like, I want. And now, of course, BioWare are masters of character work. Like, that's the thing they are very fucking good at, is character work. I would say they're among the best. Like, even in their bad games, their character work has been good. Like Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't know anything about Anthem, so I can't speak on that. On how the character work was there. But like Miyazaki, people don't remember, like, and of course this plays a part into his goals for the storytelling, right? He may not be as interested in making memorable characters, and that's fine, right? His goal could be on designing the world. His focus is probably world design and the bosses and some history behind the bosses. But for me, with Elden Ring, I didn't really feel like some of the bosses also didn't really feel fully realized. Like, if the boss wasn't talked about from the perspective of other characters, I was just kind of like about it. Like uh um Radon, um Renala, and kind of just Radon and Renala are the only like demigod bosses. Well, Godfrey, I guess, are the only demigod bosses that we get that are mentioned numerous times. Rykard is only really mentioned in his area. I think you get one person tell you to go to Rykard's manor outside of Rykard's fucking manor. But yeah, like, there are only 3 bosses that are for Melania. Melania is tied to Radon. So Melania, Radon, Renala, and Godfrey are the only bosses you get really true mentions of, like, outside of their respective points in the story. Right? You get multiple characters talking about them. And that's not how it should be in my mind. Like, if like that should be the case for every single one of those bosses, right? Like, and if it's not, then shrink down the amount of bosses, shrink down the size of the game, compact it, make it so that each character, every boss fight, every character we're dealing with is impactful. So other than that, it's just, then it just feels like I just forget about them, And, like, I don't know, at least when it comes to my mind, when it comes to, like, my goal in storytelling, like the stories I want to tell, the characters I want to make, I kind of want, like, each one to be memorable, have, like, obviously video game design is different, but, like, I like comparing these Elden Ring bosses to um Skyrim. Ulfric Stormcloak mentioned right off the bat, and he continues to be mentioned. He's a constant presence throughout the game. Same with General Tullius. Same with the Thalmor. So many Skyrim characters that you hardly interact with, but are, like, important in terms of the wider story or whatever, are being constantly mentioned. Radagon is never fucking talked about. Hardly. The only times Radagon is talked about is he left Renala for America. That's it. That's all we get. That's all we get. And who the kids he had with Marika are. That's it. That's it. We don't like get to know it. Like we also hardly get shit about Marika, I feel like. At least spoken by the characters. Spoken by the characters, we hardly get anything about Marika. Now, of course, is there bits to find about Marika throughout the lore that you can read? Yeah. But for a character as important to the lore of Elden Ring as Marika is, in my opinion, she should be spoken about a lot by the people of the world. A lot. She should be the one on spoken the most on people's lips in that universe. In my opinion. And not kind of just left to notes or who her kids are, you know? Oh no, I get that mix up too. I used to have that mix up too. I think when I first heard about From Software, I had them mixed up. I was like, Studio Ghibli, dude? Anyways, ranting. I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for hanging, y'all. Peace.